onto your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video, y'all. I'm sorry lately, y'all. I haven't been on camera the most. I just want to start off with saying that, like, it's no shade. Lately, scheduling wise, I haven't been the best because of everything going on in just life. But for y'all that still tuning in, thank you. Okay, that watch my faceless videos, the face videos when I'm on camera. Either way, y'all gonna laugh. That's all that matters. Okay. And also I put a community post, but I just want to say again, thank you to all of the people that went over to my Twitch and watched me on Twitch that, you know, always tune in when I am over there. I really do appreciate it. Somebody on one of my YouTube comments said, "Oh, your after show." I said this on Twitch, I'm gonna say it on here. Somebody say your after show is buzzed. Um you stop being consistent, blah 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 blah. Listen, I would be an idiot to put all my eggs in one basket. Y'all didn't hear what Pretty P said, okay? I'm a bad bitch. Don't put my eggs in one basket, okay? I'm not gonna ever do that. All right. So this is why, and that's advice to because I'm giving y'all free game to anybody who's pursuing content creation. Do not ever just stay on one platform. Make sure you're on multiple platforms. Okay. I've had it to where I've gotten my channel snatched before. I'm not an idiot. So no shade, not too bad. Whoever said that, you and your mama. Okay. How about that? All right. But once again, thank you so much. We hit 3K over there on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe and follow. So today we're doing Hollywood Hot Topics, you guys, and it's a good one. All right, it's gonna be a pretty long one. It's been a lot going on in regards to everything. First, we're gonna start off with this Ashley Janae situation. I was talking to somebody about this today, actually, and they feel as if this isn't racially motivated. I disagree on this. I feel like it is racially motivated because one, it has to do with her being unalived in Africa. Two, I feel like the whole hanging situation has to do with a lot of it. Like there's just a lot of racial nuances with this whole situation and her comments that she made in the past in regards to black men, which I do not think was smart at all. This is why, like, I'm a person. I feel like this. I feel like people should be able to date who you want to. I would be a hypocrite to say you can't as a person of the LGBT community and say, "Oh, you shouldn't. People shouldn't be." No, you should be date. You should be able to date whatever race you want, any of that sort, right? My problem is if you are in an interracial relationship, you should never be downing your own race because you could end up in a situation like Ashlee and end up looking a little bit crazy even post death. That's what's sad about this whole situation because she's looking a little crazy post death because of comments that she made previously about her own race and particularly black men. So if y'all don't know, she is a content creator. She was unalived on a trip to Tanzania with her husband Joe. Now, her husband Joe is a white man. Okay. Now, what makes this story interesting, and I feel like is the reason why it's getting a lot more traction, is because the the mystery around her death. Because it seems like a cover up to me. It seems like a big cover up to me. And I do feel like it's premeditated. The person I was talking to about it today, they feel like they don't think the death was premeditated. They feel as if it was an argument they got into, and then he ended up, assaulting her, ended up accidentally unaliving her. I disagree. So I feel as if, and we're gonna get to more details in the story, but I'm just giving my opinion first. I feel as if she and him got into an argument. Now, her parents said that they put them into separate rooms, the hotel did in Tanzania, because they got into an argument, or correct? And because they got into the argument, they put them in a separate room because they probably got loud, whatever the argument was about. I feel like after that argument, because I watch a whole lot of ID channel, no shade. Y'all know this. I've said this on the channel several times. I think after that argument, he said, "This got me up. Who she thinks she talking to?" I'm gonna get you. And I think she got. That's just what I think happened. I don't, and can't nobody change my mind on that. Okay. So this is the rundown as to what happened. They went there in Tanzania. They said several of Robinson's family members shared the news of her death on April 12th. Statement on Instagram writing that the influencer and her fiance Joe had been on a trip to Zanzibar when she was found unconscious in her villa, rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. Police said in a statement obtained by a local outlet, Mwanchi, that they believe Robinson died by unaliving. They also alleged that following a misunderstanding between Robinson and McCain, hotel management decided to separate the pair into two different rooms. Neither McCain nor the resort where the pair were staying immediately responded to people's requests for a comment. When asked about McCain, police commander Benedict said that police were not planning to detain or pursue legal action against him per Mwanchi. Now, there has been an update since this article, which we're going to get into. He has not been accused of any wrongdoing by authorities. Days before her death, Robinson had shared photos and videos from her trip feeding local wildlife, celebrating her 31st birthday with a rose petal sign, chapter 31, and exactly where I need to be. She captioned on Instagram posts, and they've gotten engaged during a safari per the family statement and a video posted to Instagram on April 3rd. Keep in mind, she is an influencer, and this was around her birthday. And I also want to reiterate that community post that I made on my YouTube where I said femicide is on a rise right now, and there's things in the media I feel like are being pushed as a distraction. And a lot of the things I feel like are being pushed is this whole gay versus straight thing, this trans being such a big problem situation, which I don't think it is, but the media is pushing it out there to make people go against each other while women are being unalived every day by straight men. This is happening so much, and it's a pattern that I noticed. And it's crazy because after I saw that video, so many stories happened right after I said that. This is why y'all gotta listen to me. I really do feel like I have a gift. I don't care what nobody says. Like, I don't think I could see into the future or nothing like that. Like, I ain't no Mr. Cleo, but like when I say things, they come to fruition. I don't know why I can't manifest me being rich, but we gonna get there one day, y'all. We gonna get there one day. But I'm telling you, I really do manifest things just me off of saying it. They actually happen. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I manifested that and all these stories coming out, but it's a pattern that I noticed that was going on around that time that basketball player was coming out talking about, oh, anti-gay, this, or whatever. And then I kept seeing these stories of women being unalived by their partners. And I'm like, why is the media not talking about this as much? But they keep worrying about this stupid basketball player. Like, he feels the way he feels. Who cares? Like, nobody gives a crap. A lot of people feel that way. Oh, well. Like, what do y'all want us to do about it? But then you have these women being unalived by their partners day after day after day after day. And it's so many stories we're seeing coming out. And I feel like they're not being talked about because the only stories that really made it, I feel like, mainstream that are being talked about is her, Ashlee, the mayor, and there's another woman that went out to she went out of the country on like a birthday trip and she wasn't alive due to a GANG war. But those are like the three mainstream stream news that are being talked about. But there's ones that to me haven't gone mainstream, a lot of them that aren't being talked about enough. And this is another example as to why social media, you should not be envying any relationships on social media. The ones that usually post the most and that show that they're so much in love, those are usually the ones that are not. Literally, those are like the main ones that are in deep, deep, deep trouble, but are hiding it. So the parents of Ashlee recently did an interview with a news company, and they were asked about what happened, and they were asked about if the daughter would actually unalive herself, since they're trying to rule it as unaliving, that she unalived herself. And there's been a recent update in regards to him, aka Joe, because a lot of people think nothing was going to be done, but it looks like there's been some movement since this whole story has been started.
My daughter Ashley She's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashley Robinson, who goes by Ashley Jana on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashley's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill.
And that in itself is already questionable, because if they're putting the question marks, that means they didn't believe it. And what's so sad about this story is that it did not happen in the U.S. So anytime a crime doesn't happen in the U.S., the likeliness of justice goes down a huge percentage. We already seen it with Shanquilla. Like, it's just like, oh my God. That's what to me makes this story worse. So a lot of people are like, oh, the mayor's situation, people are only giving it light because it's like an interracial couple. No, because the mayor's situation to me was cut and dry. Like, he sort of admitted doing it to a family member. So as sad as that situation is, it's a cut and dry situation because we know he did it. He's gonna get life or more, probably even the death penalty because it happened in Florida. So that's already low key kind of like a case closed. This situation, it could be a long time before justice is actually really served because it didn't happen in the US. And now they're trying to rule it as she unalived herself, which could push things back even more in time.
They went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was also taken to a second hospital, who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashlee's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back. I'm live in the Satellite Center. Cheyenne Karan, Channel 6, Action News. Back to you.
Now, since this has came out, there has been some development. So the hotel that she was unalived in are saying that they're going to fully cooperate. They said, we're deeply saddened by a tragic incident that involved one of our guests. And they said, our sincerest thoughts and sympathies go out to the family and loved ones during this painful time. We're providing our full cooperation to the local authorities and the U.S. Embassy. Okay. And another reason why I feel like this was premeditated is because of how she was found. Not only that, the abrasions and stuff on her neck, the suffocation of it all. Like, it's not like he like, come on now. Like, it's just things like that to me just give premeditation. Like, you're that angry after that argument that you're like, ooh, I know this black think she who the think she talking to. I'ma get you. And then got. Plus, once again, you never know what goes behind these social media relationships. You would think that they're so perfect. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, it's a whole lot of abuse. It's a whole lot of things going on, and they just keep it a secret by trying to upkeep this perfect image. Meanwhile, it's not perfect. So that's what I think about it. Now, they family also started a GoFundMe, even though the husband is very wealthy, is very, very wealthy. And the family is getting a lot of backlash over that because they feel as if, why do you guys have to run to a GoFundMe if the husband is wealthy? Now, that I don't agree with, only because if he did do that, I can guarantee you them getting any financial help or anything of that matter is not gonna they're not gonna get that through him. Like, let's keep it a buck, because we all think he allegedly did it. So anything financial from him is just not gonna happen. Let's be real. So I don't feel like the GoFundMe is a bad thing, because especially if they're going to have to fly back and forth to get the correct answers and to get the justice for their daughter, they're going to need financial help. Because I can guarantee you she was probably not footing the bill for any of them while she was living her rich life. Now, the reason why she's getting a whole lot of backlash, even post-death, is because of the comments that she would post on social media. She would reply very racial things to Black men. She had tweets in regards to Black men, basically saying, ha ha, not ha ha, but they're embarrassing us, things of that sort. So a lot of people feel like, oh wow, look how your life ended, and then the things you were saying when you were alive. Do I think it justifies it? No. But this is why I feel like if you are in an interracial relationship, you need to watch what you say, because you can end up in a situation like this with egg on your face, even post death, as sad as that sounds. All right, so here's some of her past social media activity. Um, she at one point replied back to a comment, said, "Ooh, brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about all the Miami men, not white. They're women still. Or is that too touchy? Go live your life while I live mine." And that was a week ago. She said, "Every day, Black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us in 2024. Stuff like that. It's just like you shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Like, I just like, come on now. Like, I feel like you should be able to date any race that you want, but putting down your own race as if it makes you better because you're dating another race, you're just gonna look foolish eventually. Because listen, what you put out there always will come back to you. I hope she does get the justice she does deserve, because I don't feel like he should be able to get away with it just because he is a white man. I will say that, especially in the way that she was unalived in Africa. I mean, my God, like the history behind that is so sickening. I don't think y'all could begin to understand. Okay, let me know what y'all think about that story. Also, his passport, you guys, has been suspended, so he's not able to his passport is being held, so he's not able to leave Africa where he's at until I guess they get more things resolved in regards to that situation, which I feel like is good news for the family, because then they can get some answers that they do deserve.
On the death of model and influencer Ashley Robinson. She went by Ashley Jana online. I obtained video of a news conference today in Tanzania in which officials say they are holding Joe McCann for questioning, and they are holding his passport while police wait for the postmortem. We have been unable to reach Joe McCann. Now, yesterday I reported on this story. You may recall Robinson was on vacation of a lifetime in Zanzibar, an island off the coast of Tanzania in Africa. She was there to celebrate her 31st birthday with her boyfriend of about a year and a half, according to the family. Joe McCann proposed to her on that trip, but last week, something went terribly wrong. Police say Robinson was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to the hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Now, her parents received a call from McCann saying that something had happened, but they say it was the resort that told them about the death of their child. Again, the new information today, officials say they are holding Joe McCann for questioning and are holding his passport.
Okay, so I feel like that's some really great progress since everything has come out about it. So that's the latest on that situation. Once again, let me know what you guys think down below about that, and also the mayor situation as well, because that's not only the most recent femicide that's made at least public national news that has occurred as of recent. Okay, now this whole Shay Frost situation, I find it to be so stupid. First of all, the girl, to me, coming out afterwards and speaking about it, girl, you should have just stayed quiet at that point, because like the level of intelligence you could tell that girl has is very, very small. And Deshae Frost, to me, has always been corny. Y'all make the wrong people famous. Y'all give the wrong people clout every time. And it's always the straight ones. Like y'all put money in their pockets so quick, it's not even funny. Like that garden gnome, oh my God. Like those are the people y'all find entertaining. But it's really a lot of children that tune into him. So he was recently caught in a video years ago. Apparently, some cameraman released the footage. Okay, release them. And it shows him on a boat arguing with a woman, and then he ends up like, it looks like he flung her wig off the boat, and then it looked like he ended up flinging her. Now he ended up going on live and apologizing in a video due to the video resurfacing with that leak.
And I take full accountability and responsibility for that, and I'm sorry. And I've expressed that to her after situations 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and everything from this video. I just want to get that across. I'm not making excuses. I did a fucked up thing, and I appreciate everybody, you know, getting on my ass and all these things. But I just want to tell my truth about everything. Just let up. She was one of the girls that she came on the show. I brought her on the show and everything. And during the whole show, like, she was the only person who was literally like, I don't know, like physical, and she was hitting me. She was doing these things which I had to cut from YouTube videos because of monetization. And she would hit me and all these things going back and forth and yelling, going back and forth and doing these things. And it kind of was just got to a point where I kind of didn't want to deal with that shit. And I was drunk, and like I said, anything I say in this video is not to make anything right. This is not to make anything right. This is not make things easier. This is not an excuse for anything. This is just me telling this story. And I feel like nobody should ever, 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 ever put their hands on a girl. Ever. It don't matter how mad you get. It don't matter anything, you know what I'm saying? Like fighting or anything, unless like you literally like are getting punched a fucking 100 times or whatever. And what happened.
And recently after this video, he was on a live stream and then started playing Whoop That Trick. Case closed. Case in point. So case closed, nothing more to talk about. Okay. Anyways, Drew. Oh my, let me tell y'all. Real Housewives of Atlanta just dropped a sneak peek of the new episode that is going to air this Sunday. I have been covering the episode, y'all. If y'all not subscribed to Evner Entertains on YouTube, please do, because that's where we cover Bravo, all that. Y'all, they just dropped a sneak peek, and y'all, this is not going to help Drew's case at all. Oh my God. Let me tell y'all, I feel like Ralph and Todd got a nasty group chat. You know what I'm saying? They got a nasty group chat, and they call it Real House Husbands of Hollywood, of Atlanta. Like, they got a nasty group chat where they just read all of the housewife girlies. They talk crap about Candy. They talk crap about Drew. I just know they got a nasty old group chat, and it bothers me. Okay, Drew, if you guys don't know, may be homeless. She says this out of her own mouth, you guys, due to the situation with the divorce between her and Ralph after their divorce battle. And she recently put out a statement because now the judge is pushing to order her to move out of the home that her and Ralph shared, which Ralph was in the basement. And she feels as if that does happen and that judgment does come through, she will be forced to be homeless with her oldest child. She said, "Good morning. Some details regarding my divorce have recently become public. Although the process is not yet finished, during this time, Ralph and I are committed to co-parenting and doing what's best for our children. While certain things are beyond my control, my focus remains on showing up every day as the best mother I can be. Living in the public eye comes with challenges, but I'm choosing to move forward with grace, growth, and intention. My children are my priority, and I'm committed to leading with love, peace, and positivity. There is no ill intent toward anyone, just a continued focus on healing, evolving, and becoming the best version of myself." Now, her and Pinky have been, I feel like, the victim of financial illiteracy and also financial exposing, because the fact that we know how much they're making a month, if their house is being seized, if they're getting repoed, I mean, I don't know if I can handle something like that. Like, y'all know how I'm already a private person to begin with. I just cannot imagine my finances just being out for everybody just to look through and scope. First of all, it's being reported that she's making $12K a month, which some of y'all need to start acting like y'all out here getting it like that, because some of y'all don't even make $12K a month. So please shut up. Thank you. Be quiet. Okay. Y'all not even in that bracket. Some of y'all making jokes and kikiing on Drew as if you are here, not balling on a budget. Okay. I feel like the reason why it was revealed that she's making that amount, that $12K a month, is very similar to Candy's situation. Because Candy's situation, it was revealed that she's making $20K a month. So I feel like she's getting paid into a LLC or like some other like arraignment that she probably has like set up, and then she pays herself like a certain amount of a salary after deducting expenses. That's how I think she's doing it. Okay. That's how I think she's doing it. And that's why it's being reported at 12K. I do not think before expenses she's making that 12K a month. I feel like she's making way more than that. When you subtract glam, event setup, filming, this and that, that's where it deducts to that 12K. That's just what my best guess is. And that's what would make sense in Candy's aspect. I feel like the bottom line to this is Ralph had better lawyers than she did. I mean, goddamn. Ooh, I can't stand that nigga. I can't stand Ralph for Drew. Like, I just like, oh my God. Drew can't catch a break. She cannot catch a break for nothing. And that bothers me. Okay. Do I think it would be right for her to have to move out of the home that her and Ralph shared together? No. Now, when it comes to the children portion, sorry, y'all probably gonna hate me about this. Yes. And the reason why is because the problem comes in this sneak peek. Y'all need to head over to Jay's reality blog. Now, I'm not gonna be able to play the sneak peek, you guys, just due to copyright purposes, and I don't want Bravo snatching my video. In the sneak peek, you see Drew talking to Angela, and they are talking about their divorce, her divorce, and her going through and adjusting to life. And in this scene, you see her and her child, and the child crying. One of her daughters crying because the reason is not stated, but Drew in the clip says, "Oh my God, are you crying because mommy's not always around?" I said, "Oh, oh man." I'm gonna have to hit you with the "why would you do that, Drew?" because you cannot say stuff like that on camera in the middle of a divorce.
Now I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this. That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because why you do that? Why I do what?
Why would you say that? Oh man, the moment that clip was posted on social media, because this is a sneak peek, y'all. The episode airs Sunday. He is going to run over to that law office and submit that video as proof, as if he probably hasn't even subpoenaed Bravo for footage already. Oh man. Now it's being alleged through TMZ that the reason why Ralph is wanting that primary full custody is because the children have missed plenty of days of school, and then the finance wise, he's making 71,524 a month in gross income, which he works in tech, which is very lucrative. Anybody that works in the tech industry, we all know you can make a good coin off of working in the tech industry. So him being in the tech industry has kind of made him surpass her in many ways. Stability. He probably works from home for most of the time. So that allows him to kind of like navigate around children and children's lifestyle and getting them to school here and there easier than Drew has, who's having to be on set, travel back and forth, music, late nights, studio. So the whole situation is just not in the best interest for Drew. It's just not. Everywhere you look at it. Okay? It is sad. I really feel bad for Drew. I'm not gonna lie. I really do. And it's crazy. If her and Ralph really sat down and they talked through their issues, I really feel like they could work it out. Like, don't get me wrong, Ralph, I feel like is a little bit of a narcissist because just of the way that he comes off, you could tell he's very into himself. If he could work out that part in that portion of him, and Drew can be more truthful and stop being a little bit delusional, I feel like they could make it work. Y'all have too much history and time within each other. Don't get me wrong, they weren't together for that long, but still, y'all got kids with each other. Like, I just feel like it could be worked out in some way, especially with them living in that same house for that long in the basement. But her leaving, though, that's the part I feel like this. If they share the house for that long, right? And they were able to navigate that long with them being in that same house together. I feel like the fair judgment would be y'all either continue to share and cohabitate the home together, or y'all have to sell the home. And both of y'all gotta go. Then to me, that would be like, okay, cool. That's fair. But to have him stay and she got to get the hell on, man, something about that just don't sit right with me. It's just like kicking it like that. That something about that just like, it's just no, it don't sit right with me. With children at that, it's just no. And I will say, and y'all probably think, oh, they gonna rehab the reunion. None of these girls can ever make fun of Drew, in my opinion. I don't care. Not one person on that cast has the right to laugh or make fun of Drew, including you, K. Michelle. And I love K. Michelle, but no, none of them have that right to do that, because I'm gonna go down the list and I'm gonna tell y'all why none of them have the right to even speak on Drew or make fun of her in this situation. Let's start off with K. Michelle. K. Michelle, you recently did an interview with Jason Lee, babe, and you basically were talking about how you had to basically show your husband, that's a dentist, that to have you to basically take you serious and to make you an honest woman and a wife. So you had to do a whole dating show for him to realize that and wake up. So you can't talk about Drew in no way. Off to Shamia. Shamia, you clearly want to have some sort of fame and you want that attention, because the fact that you want to go on this show and torture yourself and low-key risk your marriage shows us that you want some validation from the USA, because why the hell would you want to be on this show when your husband is rich as ever, you have a thriving career, and you want to be on this show for what reason as a full-time housewife when you've been a friend of for years and you could have kept that position and still made your little money and not have to put your marriage and career on the line? Makes no sense to me. So that in itself, you can't make fun of Drew in this situation. Off to Angela. Angela, you lost many homes. So you can't make fun of Drew, and I don't think she would. Off to Portia. Portia, you had to fight tooth and nail for it to keep your home, so you can't make fun of Drew. You're the main one that can't. Tooth and nail, I tell you. You can't. Kelly would never make fun of Drew, but Kelly herself has been through many court issues with her own ex-husband in regards to homes, finances, restaurants, all that. So you can't make fun of Drew. Who else I forget? Oh, Pinky, your home just got seized by the bankruptcy and you got it back. You can't make fun of Drew. Like, you get what I'm saying? These girls can't make fun of Drew. Phaedra, I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of Phaedra. You're gonna say Phaedra, okay, how Phaedra can't make fun of Drew? Phaedra can't make fun of Drew because Apollo not living with her. How about that? Okay, her and Apollo not together, and y'all live in separate homes. And better yet, Apollo went to jail, and you had to change the locks on that house so that way, that man that he had looking at the house and was driving by, when he was just like, "Stop playing with me, Phaedra. You took everything from me." Okay, you can't make fun of her because you went through that very similar situation. Okay. I'm just saying, a lot of the cats just cannot say anything about her or laugh at her situation, because they either at one point was in the same position or a similar situation she was in, or they had a situation in regards to losing their home. Straight up. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about that. Are y'all shocked about the income that she makes monthly after expenses? Because I really feel like it's after expenses. And what do y'all think about the situation? Should she be forced to leave the home, or should the judge do what I say and basically force them to cohabitate together in the home and co-parent, and or both have to leave and they have to sell the home and they split the funds from the purchase of the from the sale of the home? Let me know what y'all think.